Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bismillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah. Respectable listeners them and viewers, we want to heartily welcome to the Ramadan warm-up series by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Without a doubt, we all know that Ramadan is very close by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We're in the month of Rajab, bi'iznillahi ta'ala, we're in the 7th month inside the Arabic calendar, and very soon we'll go inside Sha'ban. We're at the 8th month, and then by the will of Allah, we will reach Ramadan bi'iznillahi ta'ala. For that reason, if find we do Ramadan warm up or Ramadan losing up by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why is that? Now we qualify for actively play inside the spiritual month, we're in the month of Ramadan. As we all know, that oftentimes when people want to play a match, for example, and they're not losing up, you go find us say that they find it difficult for become active on the pitch of play. Many of us, they get injury as quick as possible, known as a spiritual injury in the month of Ramadan, because we not do spiritual losing up. Subhanallah. That is why we are commencing this beautiful series with Ramadan warm-up in order for we prepare very well for the month of Ramadan by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Without an iota of doubt, whatever thing we want to achieve properly in this life, it requires a preparation by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The best way we will construct a strong foundation for the month of Ramadan, we do a proper preparation. Bi'iznillahi ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell we in the Quran that there are lots of preparation. It is true. In our life, we have to prepare. Subhanallah. When it's come to Ramadan, we have to prepare physically, mentally, economically, psychologically, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then spiritually. But the best of all preparation, now the spiritual preparation. What is the proof? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tell you in the Quran, in Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 197, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, وَتَزَوَّدُوا una prepare, فَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ taqwa. But the best of preparation, it is taqwa. Subhanallah. The God consciousness, that spirituality, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it is what will give us tranquility when it comes to act of worship by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it is important for us to learn the tips them who they use as a form of a losing up, or a form of warm up, or a form of preparation for the beautiful upcoming Ramadan by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As we all know, the saying that proper preparation, it prevents poor performances. I repeat again. Proper preparation, it prevents poor performance by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So for us to perform very well in the month of Ramadan, we need for losing up. We need for prepare by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some of us, we need a spiritual repair by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that we will be active in the month of Ramadan. For that reason, inshallah, we will bring this beautiful series on the tips on how for losing up, of warm up, of prepare for the month of Ramadan by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so that we will prevent yourself from spiritual injury. Subhanallah. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for grant we strength and for make we active spiritual players in the month of Ramadan by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We ask Allah for bless you all and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for grant you the opportunity foresee the month of Ramadan, for able to observe the month of Ramadan, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for accept we by the mercy of Allah, and ask Allah for have mercy upon all the good people who will be fast last year, we know they are alive today. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala have mercy upon them, and may Allah grant them Jannatul Firdaus. Till we meet again, inshallah, by the will of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. For tip number 1, when it comes to the preparation for the month of Ramadan, I say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.